All right, my friends, I'm going to teach you a strategy on how to do long division. Okay, first we're going to start off with some words, like an acronym here. So we have what is called DMSB. Okay, this stands for divide, multiply, subtract, and bring down. This is a process that we're going to use often in our long division strategy. Okay, so another way to remember this would be dad, mom, sister, brother. Okay, so it's the dad, mom, sister, brother strategy essentially that helps you to remember to divide, multiply, subtract, and bring down. So let's say we start off with the number 9. And we're dividing it into a dividend. Our divisor is 9, and our dividend is 87, okay? We think to ourselves, cross out that 7 there. Can 9 be divided into 8? No, it cannot, because 9 is larger than 8. So we have to move our finger over. Can 9 be divided into 87? Yes, it can. How many times can 9 be divided into 87? Well, we know that 9 times 9 is 81, and 9 times 10 is 90, so we have to go with 81 because 90 would be greater than 87. Now, we just divided 9 into 87. Now we're going to multiply. That 9 times 9 is 81. Now we're going to subtract. 7 minus 1 is 6. 8 minus 8 is 0, and there's nothing to bring down. So that means our answer is 9 with a remainder of 6. Okay, that's a short long division problem. Let's add another digit to our dividend and see what happens. Okay, let's say we have 8 divided into 729. Again, using the same strategy, divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. We're going to look at each individual digit. Can 8 be divided into 7? It cannot. This digit is bigger than this digit, so it will not work. So I'm going to move my finger over. Can 8 be divided into 72? Well, by far, yes, because 72 is much larger than 8. What number times 8 is as near as possible to 72 or equal to 72? Correct. 9. 9 times 8 is 72. So we did our division, and now we did our multiplication. 9 times 8 is 72. Now we're going to do our subtraction. 2 minus 2 is 0, and now we're going to bring down that other digit. And we're going to repeat the process. In this problem up here, we didn't need to repeat the process because we just got our remainder. Now we need to actually repeat the process. This is where your long division is truly going to take place. How many times can 8 be divided into 9? 1. We divided. Now we need to multiply. 8 times 1 is 8. Now we need to subtract. 9 minus 8 is 1. Is there anything left to bring down? There is not. But we do have a remainder, and we need to make sure that we write what that remainder is. That remainder is 1. Now I'm going to pause for here because I want to make sure I point out that when you are at that very final step, if your remainder is more than your divisor, you made an error, and you have to go back and fix that error, because your remainder can never be more than your divisor. Since 1 is not is 18. Now we're going to subtract. 9 take away how many? 4 times. 4 times 3 is 12. subtract. 4 take away 2 is 2. That's 0. There is nothing left to bring down. Our remainder is 2, assuming that it is less than 3, of which it is. So we have an answer of 64 with a remainder of 2. Okay? All right, let's try one more. Let's try 5 divided into 8, 29. Okay? Can 5 be divided into 8? Yes, it can, because 5 is less than 8. It goes into 8 one time. So we're putting that 1 right above the 8 because 5 can be divided into 8. Next part of our strategy is to multiply. 5 times 1 is 5. Next part of our strategy is to subtract. 8 minus 5 is 3. Next thing we're going to do is bring down that 2. Then we're going to repeat the process. Again, going back up to dividing our divisor into our new dividend. 5 can be divided into 32 6 times, keeping it right there in the correct spot. 6 times 5 is 30. Subtract, we get 2. We have to bring down that 9. Repeat the process. How many times can 5 be divided into our new divisor of 29? 5 times 5 is 25. 25, subtract, we get 4. Is 4 less than 5? Yes. Knowing there's nothing left to bring down, we can go with the fact that there is a remainder of 4. Okay? Sometimes it does get a bit difficult when you have a 0 in the number. So let's take a look at one of those before you try some on your own. Let's say we have 4 and we are dividing it into 7, 0, 6. Okay? Can 4 be divided into 7? Yes, it can. Okay, because 4 is less than 7. One time. 4 times 1 is 4. 7 minus 4 is 3. Bring down the 0. 4 can be divided into 30. How many times? 7 times. 4 is 28. Okay, we have 2. We bring down the 6. 4 times 6 is 24. We have 2 remaining. We have no remainders. Okay, so that's one way where we have a 0. We have a 0 in the dividend, but sometimes you end up having to put a 0 within your quotient. Okay, let's try 3 into 182. 3 cannot be divided into 1. 3 can be divided into 18. 6 times 3 is 18. 0, okay? Bring down the 2. Again, this is where that 0 is going to come into place. Can 3 be divided into 2? No, it cannot. But you have to place a 0 up there because 3 goes into 2. 3 is divided into 2 0 times. 0 times 3 is 0. Subtract 2 minus 0, you get 2. There's nothing left to bring down. So you know 2 is less than 3, so there's going to be a remainder of 2. Now, if you did not do this step and you left it at that, you would have 6 with a remainder of 2. And I can tell you that 182 divided by 3 is not 6 with a remainder of 2. It is, in fact, 60 with a remainder of 2. And that's because 60 times 3 is 180, and if you add that remainder, you would get your dividend that you started with, which was 182. And that's your final answer. Okay, so now it's your turn to try some sample problems on the worksheet provided, and then we will add on another digit because we can continue to go with a number of different digits. We can do 1-digit dividers by 3-digit dividends, 4-digit dividends, 5-digit dividends. It just makes the division longer and longer and longer. Once you have that strategy, okay, once you have that strategy that you're repeating multiple times and you get into the swing of being able to do this, the long division will become much easier for you to be able to do. It's all about learning that strategy and practicing it.